Hello everyone and welcome to this IGN live stream. I'm Maarten Blonk and today we're going to talk about FIFA 15 and I'm not alone. I'm here with Nick Shannon, he is the senior producer of FIFA. Welcome Nick.
Thank you, it's great to be here. Really good to be here.
It's nice to have you here. Let's talk about FIFA. What's new in this FIFA?
Oh, lots of great stuff this year. We're really, really focusing a lot on new visuals. We've got some great new gameplay innovations, really focusing on the fluidity and the feeling of the game. We're bringing in emotion in a different way this year, which we're really excited about. So, really lots of new changes. Obviously, every year we're trying to make the best game that we can, move the game forward, listen to our fan feedback. And really this year we feel that the game is feeling really great, and obviously with the visuals, which I think is the first thing we're going to look at.
Yeah, I think we have some still images of Messi, for instance.
Yeah, so if we look at the image here of Messi, we've actually done a lot of work this year around the player model. So previously our player model kind of sort of sagged in the shoulders, felt kind of a bit big.
Really like football players.
Exactly.
Oh, by the way, we should warn the people. I mean, we're in the US. I mean, we're talking about football. We actually mean
football.
We mean football, but some people call it soccer. Sorry for that.
Yeah.
We don't call it soccer. We call it football. So football right now. The next 50 minutes, it's soccer.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, it's football.
It's football,
okay.
Absolutely.
So
in football, these guys running 15K a game, incredibly fit athletes, and I don't think at times FIFA really felt, the players in it felt that way. They didn't have the sort of tone shape. So we've completely reworked our player model. If we bring up the Messi image again, we can completely rework it. You see him here as he's kicking the ball. The shoulders now, he looks much more lean and toned. So it's been a lot of work in there. We've changed the model of all the players in the game, plus the animation rig underneath it that's driving all that animation means that the players look a lot more defined and a lot more natural than they have before.
So in terms of the animation, what did you else change? I saw some hair, like hair with wind and stuff. And
yeah, so with the players that have the sort of longer hair, we're now simulating that hair movement. David Luiz, I think you saw in one of our behind-the-scenes footage yesterday. Falcao, exactly. All these players now, their hair is moving. There's a big change that we're going to talk about in a minute in our rendering, but it's all the little details as well. Things that we just haven't been able to do before on the new consoles and have more power. So, we're able to get the corner flag to move. We're able to have the base of the nets move, the nets rattling, because all of these things are now driven by our physics system. But if we show you now, if we bring up the next screenshot, this is a screenshot here from FIFA 14. It's a game we're very proud of. It's a great release. It's the highest rated game at launch. On the new console, so really happy with that. But you see here the image from last year. The game looks a little bit flat. We didn't have the details in the pitch. So if we go to the next image, you'll actually see now a screenshot. This is the FIFA 15.
This almost looks real. I mean, I've played FIFA 14 so much.
Yeah.
This is just
and you can see here the contrast. You can see all the details in the pitch. If we quickly go back to the old screenshot from FIFA 14. You'll see that there's no detailing in the pitch at all. So if we could go back, that would be great. And you can see there's no footprints. The game looks a little bit flat, as you can see here. Absolutely.
A living pitch. It's grass. Obviously, it lives. But does it actually? I mean, I think we've got a loop as well, right, of the pitch.
So what we're seeing now is this is how the footprints sort of come to life.
Yeah.
We're actually tracking the footprints of all 22 players on the pitch. These aren't just placed down randomly. They're actually showing, and you can see here it's this time lapse as it goes into night as well. All the footprints, you get slide marks if you do a slide tackle. Also, you'll actually see the kit get dirty now, which we've never had before. Cool. So it's making the game feel incredibly natural, and obviously a lot better.
Does this also influence the gameplay? I mean, for instance, if there's a slide mark, does it influence the ball?
So we're not really bobbling the ball. We want the game, obviously, we don't want sort of random elements to come in. It's a visual thing. Okay. As I say, when you slide, you actually get the mark in the right place. It grounds the players, and it's just details that we've just never had before. And the whole, I should mention that the rendering that you're now seeing and the huge visual change is a procedural physical-based rendering. It's something we've been working on for 2 years. We can now bring it in. We're really happy to bring it into FIFA 15. It's only possible with with the power of the new machines.
You guys had to wait for the next gen final to be here.
And it took us a while to get it in,
Why didn't you guys, for instance, introduce it last year in the first next gen FIFA?
It was just something that's taken us a while to develop. It's obviously something we wanted to get right and get tuned. And we felt this year bringing in emotion, bringing in a number of new elements to our game that the time is right. We do this a lot, like step-based locomotion is something that we brought in last year. That had been worked on for 2 years. Our physics system took a while to come in. So, these technologies, we have people working in advance to make the best game that we can.
You guys say FIFA, feel the game. FIFA 15, feel the game. That's a tagline. Some kind of. I mean, football is about emotion. It's drama. You said it in your trailer. I mean, well, me playing FIFA, that's drama. But I mean, it's emotion all over. But how do you guys integrate it in the game? Because you have, I think you have 22 players on the pitch who have all their own emotion.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that?
Yeah, sure. So feel the game is a couple of things. It's feeling the emotion of the sport. For me, football, and I think for us as a team.
You're from the UK.
Exactly. It's the most emotive sport there is. You go to a football game, you've got home, you've got away fans. The atmosphere is just incredible. You just don't get that in other sports, in my mind. We wanted to bring that to our game.
I think people would disagree with you, but okay.
But you know, the home and away feeling, just the feeling of passion and intensity that also comes down onto the pitch. And we felt that, you know, the players didn't have that emotion, they didn't react to situations. So we want to create a system where players would now react to the context of the game. They'd know that, you know, a last minute goal is obviously a lot more important than a goal scored in the first minute, and that didn't always come across in our game. You know, a player being tackled constantly starts to react differently. You know, a last minute sort of goal saving tackle, you know, your teammates are going to act different. So we wanted to bring that in, and at times it felt like, you know, games felt very similar from game to game, and players now have a memory. They now know what's just happened, and they know what the context of the game is itself. So I think if we move to the game now, we've got Aaron McCarty, our lead gameplay producer, is actually driving this for us, which is great. But what you see here is a situation where we've got Neymar, where he's just actually gone in on Nasri. He's tackled him hard. The ref's coming in to book him, and you can see there's a reaction between the two players, and you know, as he's been carded. But if we go back actually here and show this again, you actually see there's so many more details to this now. We're tracking the emotional state of all 22 players on the pitch. If you see Toure there is actually appealing for the card. If we run it forward a little bit more, you can see Iniesta, who's just behind the referee, saying, "Oh no, I know one of our best players is about to get a yellow." If we move it forward again, you know, there's the reaction, then Neymar gets the yellow. In the background, you can see Dzeko is applauding it, and Messi's like, "Oh."
It looks
so
great.
all of the things, we're tracking the emotional state of all 22 players, but also their attitudes to their teammates, their attitudes to the opposition. It really brings our game to life.
It brings it alive. This is also only visual to create this ambience you are willing to get. Right?
Absolutely. You know, as you go for the next gen consoles, you've obviously made a huge leap in visuals. We wanted to bring that emotion to the pitch. You'll get it in the crowd as well. I think if people saw our trailer, we've got, you know, the copper Anfield, you know, that's tied to the audio, to the visuals. Then we've got you know, we've got the yellow wall in Dortmund. The Bombonera's shaking as the players, you know, going up and down.
Right?
So I think the next thing we're going to talk about is around the feel of the game as well is the correct context. But I just want to make the point that
look at the grass. I mean, come on.
Absolutely, and obviously, you know, this game's only started, so you'll start to see the, you know, you can see little indentations in the grass there. So this is our new dribbling system. So we're now actually reworked our dribbling system, so you'll now actually be much more predominant with the foot that you're using. You're seeing Messi here, he's predominantly left-footed. As you can see, his dribble touches here are all with his left foot. He can use the inside and the outside of his foot, as you're seeing here. But what we're also doing is preserving the spin of the ball, and that makes me a small thing, but it's a really big change to our game.
That's what football is about. That's what skill is about.
Exactly.
I mean, how is the ball coming at your foot?
Yeah.
Is it coming at your body, upper body? How are you going to control it?
Yeah.
And normally you just get the ball and just dribble with it.
Exactly.
It doesn't really matter if you're left footed or right footed.
Right. And what we've done before is every touch we kind of zeroed the spin on the ball. We didn't maintain the spin on the ball. Now we are. Every touch you'll see that the spin of the ball changes, which it does a number of things. One, it looks really nice, the synergy between the foot and the ball. This is having a profound effect in the feeling of passing, the fluidity and the feeling of the game. And I come back to feel the game. Well, one of the things we showed here is we've done a lot of work based on community feedback, the feedback from our fans around the game at times felt slightly sluggish, slightly unresponsive. So we've gone in, we've got more turns, we've got a lot more coverage in our animation around movement of the player to make the game feel more responsive and the control. But we've looked at responsiveness across the game. So those dribble touches, the spin on the ball, is giving more responsiveness and feeling to passing. And then what we're going to show you now is around tackling. So what we've done is we call possession tackle. So if we look here, this is De Michaelis coming in with a slide tackle. A little quick detail actually that's not just about possession. if we just zoom in here, this is our physics system, all these different systems coming together. Dimichaelis actually braces for him, exactly.
Yeah. Protecting his face.
But what he's doing now is, and you even see the grimace, he gets up, and he's now in possession of the ball.
I haven't seen that, standing up and dribble.
Yeah, we never had a stand-up dribble coverage before. So you can now slide tackle. Previously, the ball could become loose, and you couldn't and you didn't get that feeling for the game. You lost responsiveness for the game.
Well, I saw some new animations, by the way. How many animations are there with the visual animations, how people react with emotions and stuff? I mean, there has to be a lot if there's so many players.
Yeah, we've got over about 600 emotional reactions within the game. There's hundreds of new ones as well. Really bringing in that detail. What you're seeing now is this is just a touch, it's just a volley touch, just a little cushion volley. It's using the new contacts as the ball comes out.
Is it actually new?
Pardon?
Is it actually new?
That's brand new, that's a brand new behavior, yes. And as you see here, really nice, the movement of the ball. But what I want you to watch now is the defender. So the defender now comes in, and this is what we call possession tackles. Previously, the ball would become quite loose. Yeah. It would become frustrating. It felt like it was unresponsive because you felt like you're out of control of the ball. And actually, in tackling, the ball would go to the opposition quite a lot. So what you're seeing here, if we go back, is he actually goes in and wins the ball. You can see the details in the pitch there, the footprints. He wins the ball, but the ball stays close. It's much more natural. It's more realistic. Again, you feel like you're in control. And then this is another behavior. This is physics and control coming together. Neymar has the ball. Defender comes across. We talked about shielding a lot last year. This is a new behavior. This is a shoulder challenge. Check. Using your shoulder to come in, using your body to win back the ball. This happens so much in the modern game. So we're really happy about feeling the game. It's about the control around dribbling and movement of the player. Done a lot of work there in responsiveness. Responsiveness comes from the contacts and the feeling of the spin that's changed the fluidity of passing, and then also feeling the game around defending. You now have possession tackles, losing that frustration and feeling out of control when the ball becomes loose.
With the tackle we just saw, with I think it was Dimichaelis again against Neymar. Aren't you afraid that that's too powerful? I mean, that it's too much about fitness and strength and body?
No, I think what it feels is a very natural. And actually, when you're playing the game right now, you actually feel the body contact between players. It feels like you can try and push a player a little bit, use your body position in a way we've never really been able to do. We've brought it in a little bit last year, and it's really coming out this year and feeling really natural. Those one-to-one interactions feel amazing.
You did something about that as well, right? One-to-one challenges, like one-to-one actions, dribbles. Is that? Do you also have new skill moves, for instance? People love to use skill moves and tricks.
We obviously have a lot of skillers within our community who want new skill moves. We have a lot of new ones in the game, this year. If we actually move on to this, pardon?
This is new.
It's a new volley. Yeah, you can see the contacts coming in here. So if we back this up, and if Aaron could just come out a little bit, this is actually our new AI behavior. So what we're seeing here is what we're doing is we've reworked our AI. So what the AI now does is it works in a more human-like way, and it's creating more varied situations. So players and teams now have short, medium, and long-term objectives, whereas previously they made all their decisions frame by frame. Yeah. So what we're seeing here is this is called team tactics, where teams will now change their tactics on you depending on the situation. So here, Man City are up 1-0. It's late on in the game, so you can see all 10 players are now behind the ball, and they're kind of parking the bus on you. Yeah. As we know, Chelsea. It became a big thing at the end of this season. Absolutely. So we've now brought this into our game. Barcelona need a goal. Yeah. We all know Barcelona build up from the midfield, lots of tiki-taka passing. But now they're going a little bit more direct. They're getting it in the box. Yeah. And as you can see, the pass is coming through. But this is all the systems coming together. So what you're seeing here is a little bit of emotion. Messi wants the ball. He's saying, I want the ball here. The ball comes in. It's a great pass. Company on the left there
move as well.
Is actually appealing for offside. Yeah. And so is Dimichaelis saying it was offside.
He's cheering.
This is a brand new behavior as well.
He's cheering while he's getting up. That's new.
That's new. That's exactly. That's brand new. So he's getting up. Yeah. He's like, "Yeah, I've got it. I've scored. It's at the end of the game." And then he realizes, if you look, the linesman actually is flagging for offside. And this is all brand new as well because we put a delay in there to add to that tension, add to that emotional feel. Exactly. So
it can be quite annoying, though.
Well, it's so part of the game that you think you've scored. It's a big moment. You need that equalizer, and then, the flag's gone up. And I think we wanted to bring that in, and you're seeing all the elements come together here. The AI, the AI has changed its tactics on you. you can change your tactics to go a little bit more direct, and then all of a sudden you get that emotional feeling of that winner, and it's taken away because it's offside.
So we've talked about visuals, we have talked about the gameplay, atmosphere, emotions. My last question for you is, how, in terms of realism versus still a video game, because it's a video game, it has to be fun, how do you guys mix that up into the perfect balance? Because it can be quite hard. You can make the ultimate football sim, but is it fun to play?
So I think there has to be a balance there. So we need, we're always striving for the balance between realism and fun. We won't just put something in the game just because it's authentic. It needs to make our game better. It needs to make it feel like it's much more fun to play. We have to maintain that balance. We're always listening to the reaction and the feedback from our community. A lot of the work we've done here is around fluidity and responsiveness, which has come from people feeling at times the game last year didn't feel responsive. A lot of these things actually here as well, that especially the correct contacts, will make a big difference around the through balls, around the headers,
overpowered through balls, overpowered cross passes,
exactly. It adds more variation. It means now that you can't get a perfect crossing all the time. The headers, because the ball that we now look at the spin of the ball, it doesn't mean you can as accurately point it into the corner.
Every ball should be different.
Exactly. We've worked on the errors around softer lob passes, which is one of the issues we had last year. So again, we're listening to all this feedback, these systems coming in to make our game better, but also helping to address some of the concerns from last year as well.
All right, Nick, we have to wrap it up. Thank you very much for being here. Good luck with the game. Make it a good game. Next up is Shadow of Mordor. Thanks for watching.